Hook. Opening. Why do some people reach 100 years old, still laughing, walking, even dancing, while others struggle decades earlier? Picture a 102-year-old farmer in Sardinia still tending his vineyard, or an Okinawan grandmother in her 90s leading a morning dance. What fuels their vitality? Here's the truth. It's not miracle pills, expensive gyms, or perfect genes. Researchers from Harvard and the World Health Organization point to something far simpler. Daily foods. Ordinary foods that flip the body's anti-aging switch. Think about that. In blue zones around the world, people live 20 to 30% longer just by eating certain staples every single day. Meanwhile, 90% of us skip these foods entirely, and it's silently speeding up aging. But when you add them back, you can add years, more summers, more family dinners, more mornings with energy instead of pain. So ask yourself, if 7 simple foods could keep your brain sharp, your heart strong, and your body younger, wouldn't you want to know what they are? Let's count them down. Starting at number 7, a humble powerhouse that's been hiding in plain sight. Let's kick off with something small, crunchy, and absolutely mighty. Nuts. Don't underestimate them. A simple handful of nuts each day has been linked to longer life, stronger hearts, and even sharper minds. Why? Because nuts are like armor for your cells. They're loaded with antioxidants that fight off daily wear and tear, and they help calm inflammation, the silent spark behind most chronic diseases. Imagine every nut you eat as adding another layer of protection, keeping your body resilient against aging. The science is stunning. In Loma Linda, California, home to one of the world's blue zones, Adventists who eat nuts daily have about 20% lower risk of dying from any cause. A massive 10-year study of 80,000 people echoed the same. Regular nut eaters lived longer, period. It's not hype, it's hard evidence. So which nuts should you choose? Almonds are great for heart health. Walnuts feed your brain with omega-3s. Pistachios can even help with blood sugar control. The trick is variety. A mixed handful mid-morning or as an afternoon pick-me-up is enough. You don't need a bowlful. Just a small handful packs enormous power without piling on too many calories. Here's a real-world example. A 95-year-old woman in Sardinia once told researchers, "I eat a few walnuts every day, and I never forget where I put my keys." Her memory was sharp, and her family swears her nut habit was her secret weapon. And here's the best part. You don't need to cook or prep. Toss them into oatmeal, sprinkle them on salad, or simply keep a jar on your counter. Every handful is like a silent investment in your future self. So, tell me, what's your favorite nut? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious if you're team almond, walnut, or maybe even cashew. Now, hold on tight, because if nuts protect your heart, the next food is like rocket fuel for your brain. Coming in at number 6, it's all about the berry blast. If nuts are armor for your heart, then berries are rocket fuel for your brain. These little jewels, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, are nature's candy with a powerful twist. They don't just taste sweet. They protect your memory, sharpen your focus, and even lift your mood. Here's why. Berries are packed with compounds called anthocyanins, the very pigments that give them their deep blues and reds. Think of anthocyanins as tiny repair crews rushing through your brain, sweeping away oxidative stress and calming the inflammation that clouds your thinking. It's like pressing the reset button on brain fog. The science is jaw-dropping. At Tufts University, researchers found that older adults who ate blueberries regularly showed measurable improvements in memory, literally performing better on recall tests. Another long-term study tracked 16,000 seniors for 15 years. Those who ate berries at least twice a week had up to 40% lower risk of dementia. 40%. That's not a small difference. That's life-changing. And it doesn't stop at memory. Berries also improve circulation, delivering oxygen-rich blood to your brain. That means sharper thinking, quicker reactions, and even better mood. Ever notice how a bowl of berries feels refreshing, almost like sunshine in food form? That's no accident. So how do you get them in? Easy. Sprinkle blueberries into your morning oatmeal. Blend strawberries into a smoothie. Or keep a bag of frozen berries in the freezer. They're just as potent as fresh, and you can enjoy them year-round without breaking the bank. Here's a beautiful story. In Okinawa, where centenarians thrive, many start their day with fruit bowls rich in local berries. One 93-year-old fisherman swore by his daily handful of berries, saying they kept his mind sharp like the edge of a blade. Now, I want to know, are berries already on your shopping list, or do you need a reminder? Drop a comment with your favorite berry, because up next, we're shifting gears from sweet to green. Number 5 is a game changer that doesn't just fill your plate, it repairs your body from the inside out. If berries reset your brain, leafy greens are the daily defenders of your entire body. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard. These are not just salad fillers. They are silent protectors, guarding your heart, your blood vessels, and even your DNA. Here's the secret. Dark leafy greens are loaded with nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. That's the compound that relaxes and widens your blood vessels, improving circulation. Think of it like giving your arteries a spa treatment every single day, easing tension, boosting blood flow, and reducing strain on your heart. The science is powerful. A massive Harvard study of more than 100,000 people found that those who ate leafy greens daily had about a 25% lower risk of developing certain cancers. In Okinawa, where elders eat greens like bitter melon and sweet potato leaves, stroke rates are dramatically lower compared to Western countries. It's not coincidence. It's daily nutrition at work. And the benefits go even further. These greens are packed with vitamins A, C, and K, plus folate, all essential for repairing cells and keeping your immune system resilient. They also feed your gut bacteria, supporting digestion and energy. No wonder so many centenarians swear by their gardens. Here's a story I love. A farmer in Ikaria, Greece, still working his land at 98 years old, told researchers, "My greens keep me going." He eats wild greens daily, sautéed with olive oil, and credits them for his stamina and clear mind. So, how can you make them part of your routine? Start simple. Toss a handful of spinach into your morning omelet. Blend kale into a smoothie. Or prepare a fresh salad with lemon and olive oil. Rotate different greens to keep it interesting and to maximize nutrients. Now I want to hear from you. What's your go-to green veggie? Spinach, kale, or maybe collard greens? Share in the comments and inspire someone else. Because next, we're about to flip the script on carbs. Forget the myths. Number 4 shows how whole grains can be your steady fuel for a longer, stronger life. Let's bust a myth right now. Carbs are not the enemy. The real villains are refined carbs, white bread, sugary cereals, processed pasta. But whole grains, they are a completely different story. Whole grains are life givers, not life takers. Why? Because they come with their natural fiber, vitamins, and minerals still intact. Fiber is the star here. It slows down digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and keeps you full for hours. Think of whole grains as your body's slow-burning fuel log. Steady, reliable, keeping your energy fire glowing all day long. The numbers don't lie. In Denmark, scientists tracked 55,000 adults and found that those who ate whole grains daily cut their risk of type 2 diabetes by about 30%. Another global review showed people who eat 3 servings of whole grains a day had a 20% lower risk of early death compared to those who barely eat any. That's a massive difference from something as simple as swapping white rice for brown. And Blue Zones back this up. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, corn tortillas made from whole grain corn are eaten daily. In Icaria, Greece, you'll find hearty barley bread at nearly every meal. These aren't fad diets. They're humble traditions that fuel longevity. So how do you add them to your life without overthinking it? Start your day with oatmeal, top it with nuts and berries, and you've just created a breakfast designed for longevity. At lunch, swap white sandwich bread for whole grain. At dinner, try quinoa or barley as a base for your favorite stir-fry. Even small changes make a big difference when they stack up over years. Here's a tip. Check your labels. If the very first word says whole, you're making the right choice. If it says enriched or refined, put it back. So, let's make it interactive. What's your favorite whole grain dish? Is it a comforting bowl of oats, a hearty quinoa salad, or maybe classic brown rice with veggies? Share it below. You might inspire someone's next healthy meal. Because now, we're heading from fields to the ocean. Number 3 is a food that oils your joints, protects your heart, and fuels longevity like nothing else. The fatty fish powerhouse. From the fields, we now dive into the sea. And here's where things get really exciting. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. These are not just tasty proteins, they are longevity fuel, especially for your heart, brain, and joints. The magic lies in omega-3 fatty acids. Think of them as premium oil for the hinges of your body. They keep your blood vessels flexible, reduce inflammation in your joints, and even support your brain cells so they fire more smoothly. Without them, your body runs like a rusty machine. With them, everything flows. The science is remarkable. In Norway, researchers followed more than 2,000 elders and found that those who ate fatty fish regularly had a 35% lower risk of arthritis. A global analysis also showed omega-3s cut the risk of deadly heart attacks and strokes dramatically. In short, fish isn't just food. It's daily medicine from the ocean. Blue Zone cultures know this well. In Okinawa, elders eat small portions of fish several times a week, often grilled or simmered with vegetables. In coastal Sardinia, fresh sardines are a staple. They don't eat huge portions, but the steady rhythm of including fish keeps their hearts and minds strong. So, how can you bring this into your life? Aim for 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish each week. That's all it takes to mimic the benefits. Think baked salmon with lemon, sardines on whole grain toast, or grilled mackerel with a side of greens. If you're not a fish lover, there are alternatives. Chia seeds, flax seeds, or algae-based omega-3 supplements can provide similar benefits. Here's a story worth sharing. A 100-year-old man in Okinawa, still active in his garden, told researchers he credits his steady diet of fish for his strong legs and clear memory. He laughed, saying, "Fish keeps me young." Now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite way to enjoy seafood? Drop your favorite dish in the comments. Because next, we're moving from the sea to something creamy, tangy, and surprisingly powerful. At number 2, it's all about yogurt and its fermented friends. Now, let's shift from the sea to something creamy, tangy, and surprisingly powerful. Yogurt and its fermented friends. At first glance, they may look like simple snacks, but inside, They're alive with benefits that can completely transform your health. Here's the secret. Fermented foods are loaded with probiotics, good bacteria that build a strong, diverse microbiome in your gut. Think of your gut as a bustling city. If the good citizens outnumber the troublemakers, everything runs smoothly. Digestion, immunity, even mood. But if the balance tips, chaos spreads. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, they help keep the city in harmony. The science is clear. A long-term study of Greek islanders found that people who ate yogurt daily had about 50% lower rates of gut-related issues. Other research shows probiotics strengthen bones, boost immunity, and may even protect against depression by supporting the gut-brain connection, what scientists call your second brain. And Blue Zone traditions back this up. In Ikaria, Greece, elders eat homemade goat's milk yogurt nearly every day. In Okinawa, fermented soy foods like miso and natto are staples. These aren't trendy health fads. They're everyday foods passed down for generations. So, how can you make this work in your routine? Keep it simple. Choose plain, unsweetened yogurt and add fresh fruit or a drizzle of honey. Try kefir as a refreshing drink. Or if you're dairy-free, explore plant-based options with live cultures. Even a spoonful of sauerkraut on the side of your meal can deliver a probiotic punch. Here's a story that stuck with me. A 90-year-old woman from Ikaria told researchers, "I eat yogurt every day and I never get sick." Her family swears by it too, saying yogurt is the reason she still climbs hills and laughs louder than anyone at the table. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried fermented foods? Do you love them, or are you still on the fence? Share your experience in the comments, because next, we've saved the crown jewel for last. Number 1 is pure liquid gold, the daily elixir of Mediterranean centenarians. At the very top of our list, sitting like a crown jewel, is something so simple you might overlook it. Yet it's the backbone of nearly every Blue Zone kitchen: olive oil. Not just any oil, but cold-pressed, extra virgin olive oil, often called liquid gold. Why is it number 1? Because this golden elixir is more than a cooking ingredient. It's medicine in a bottle. Packed with heart-loving monounsaturated fats and powerful antioxidants called polyphenols, olive oil protects your heart, nourishes your brain, and even slows down aging at the cellular level. In Sardinia, Italy, families drizzle olive oil on vegetables, bread, soups, basically everything. In Ikaria, Greece, elders use it daily, not sparingly, and science backs them up. Studies show that people who consume olive oil regularly cut their risk of heart disease nearly in half. Others link it to sharper memory, better joint health, and even longer life expectancy. Here's what makes it different. Unlike heavily processed oils, extra virgin olive oil is made simply by pressing the olives. No chemicals, no heat. That means it retains all its natural compounds, the very ones that fight inflammation and keep your arteries flexible. The best part? Adding olive oil to your day is easy. Swap it for butter when cooking eggs. Use it as a base for homemade salad dressings. Drizzle it over roasted vegetables or even a slice of fresh bread with a pinch of sea salt. Just 2 tablespoons a day can make a world of difference. And here's a little story. A centenarian from Crete once said, "Olive oil is my secret. I use it every morning. It keeps my body young and my heart strong." His doctor laughed, saying his arteries looked 20 years younger than his age. So, if you take just one lesson from this list, let it be this. Keep a bottle of extra virgin olive oil within reach and treat it like the daily elixir it truly is. So, let's bring this all together. We've just walked through 7 of the most powerful, time-tested foods for longevity. And the magic isn't just in each one, it's in how they work together. A handful of nuts with a few berries? That's brain fuel. Healthy fats meeting antioxidants to keep your memory sharp. Leafy greens paired with whole grains? That's energy and strength, feeding your muscles and giving you steady stamina. Fatty fish with a side of fermented yogurt? That's your heart, your gut, your joints, all supported at the same time. And olive oil? That's the golden thread tying it all together, keeping your cells young and your body moving like it should. Notice something. None of this is extreme. You don't have to count calories, cut out entire food groups, or chase the latest fad diet. The people in Sardinia, Okinawa, Ikaria, they're not living long lives because of magic genes. They're living long because of consistent, simple habits. Meals built from these 7 foods, enjoyed every day, shared with family and friends. Their bodies thrive because they're fueled right. And yours can too. Here's the truth. Living to 100 isn't just about luck. It's about choices stacking up, day after day. A small bowl of berries in the morning, a drizzle of olive oil at lunch, a piece of fish at dinner. These little steps compound into decades of health, decades of memories, decades of life you get to truly enjoy. So, let me ask you, out of the 7 foods we covered today, which one are you going to add first? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear. And if this video gave you something new to think about, hit that like button. It really helps us share these health truths with more people. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on thriving as you age, and share this video with someone you care about. Thanks so much for joining me today. Here's to eating well, living strong, and stacking up the choices that help you thrive. I'll see you in the next one.